Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time since we put a video out. I apologize for that, but I've kind of been in limbo. I left my previous server, tried another one for a while, and kind of been trying to decide if I even want to do this anymore. But I think I found a home for a while. I am on the Titancraft servers. This is Tango Tech's Patreon server, so something I've been wanting to do is, for a while, is become a Patreon of somebody and try out one of these servers, and so far I'm glad I did. We're only 3 weeks in, and I really love the community, really like what's going on, and these people are wild what they've done in 2 weeks. But that being said, I want to kind of show you around what we've done so far, kick off this series. I've got some big plans that I may or may not be able to pull off, but we'll go through it. But first we're going to drop down here, and there's really not a whole lot special down here, and eventually there'll be water elevators in this corner and this corner, and just like there's water drops there and there. But just a regular mine. So we've got a shaft that goes out 160 blocks that way. We've started making shafts to each side. We'll do the same thing over there. So we'll have a big mining area. We are way out in the middle of nowhere, so we're clear out negative 13,000, 8,000, and the map only goes to 15,000 each way. So yeah, we got a ways to go, but I try to do a little mining every time I log on, just to keep resources flowing. So we've got a nice little start, but we'll keep doing that as we go, and we should be able to get quite a bit out of this before we run out. And I shouldn't have to worry about interfering with anybody. But like I said, once we get the water elevators in, we'll still use the stairs. We'll probably put some kind of minecart system in here so we can send stuff up to the top when it gets full. Usually by the time I do one of those side tunnels down and back, I'm full of stuff, and I'm usually letting stuff despawn. But this was my starter area for a while. We started the mine right here. Eventually this will not just be a hole in the ground. I plan on building a whole mining facility, and I might put some kind of forge back in the mountain here. I've always kind of wanted to do that. I can't remember what the dwarven city is from World of Warcraft, but I always liked it, and it had that big great forge area. I always loved that, and I always wanted to do something similar on Minecraft, so that's kind of the plan. But we'll see if I get to that. But I definitely will build some kind of shelter over this and make it look more like a mine. We got some vines growing over here. I need to move those at some point. We got some bamboo, some nether wart started. Had my bed and a lot of my storage over here, but I've moved that, and we'll see that in a little bit. Oh, I actually saw a vine grow. I think that's the first time. This is kind of special, really. This is the first dog I've ever owned in Minecraft, and he's just kind of hanging out right here. I thought I had lost this guy. I was making a trip all the way to the corner of the world just to do it, clear out to 15,000, and I got there, and on my way back I found this guy, and I kind of ran away from him, didn't know where he went, and then a day or two later I saw him sitting here in the base. So he's just hanging out. He's killed a couple skellies for me. We are 2 weeks in, and for those of you who have watched my series before, you know my traditional style is dig a big hole, either underground or in the middle of the ocean, and start filling it with automatic farms. But we are like 2.5 weeks in. I have not made a single automatic farm yet. It's very weird. I'm trying to do some things out of my comfort zone, but right here we have a couple of villagers. There was an unclaimed village a couple thousand blocks out that way, so when I ran across it, I figured I better get these guys claimed. But we'll start doing some fun stuff with them later, but for right now they're just hanging out. We'll get them out of here in a little bit. Right now I have no place to put them, and farms will come in a little bit because we've been doing some other things. Right here we still have pumpkin and melon farms going. I've harvested this quite a few times. We did have some other farms here. You can see not all the grass has grown back from where I moved it out of here, but those farms have been moved over there, and we'll see that in a little bit. We got a little bit of sugar cane growing up here. We've harvested this enough times to get an enchanting setup. But I really like this area, and what I've always wanted to do, I've had this idea bouncing around in my head for a while, but I wanted to do like a kind of a hidden mountain town, kind of up in the mountains, surrounded by the big hills and stuff. And we may build some of these up as we go. I haven't quite decided how far we're going to go, but I really like this area. It's got kind of this valley area between these peaks, and then if we go back here, you might have saw it, all back behind here is ocean. So there's a big ocean. We could do harbors, we can do all kinds of stuff. But yeah, we're gonna build a town in here, kind of in a medieval style. It's not really something I've done, so it's out of my comfort zone, but I think it's off to a pretty good start so far. And yeah, we'll have a big wall around it. We'll have probably a castle up here somewhere. At least that's my plan. I may change that later, but I really like what's going on. But we'll get into kind of what I've done so far. And I spent the first week kind of working on the public slime farm a little bit. Didn't get a whole lot done that first week. I was pretty busy outside of gaming. But now we're here. So we'll go to what was built first. What we built first was this warehouse. Now, this needs some detail. I realize that. I was pretty proud of myself that I did the block variation, you know, with the powdered concrete and the regular concrete. We got the little crane up there, which I love. The roof, I think, looks nice. I want to go back and, you know, right now it's just all even. I want to model it up a little bit so it looks a little bit weathered. I had to rebuild this side several times to get the spacing right, to make this bridge come out right. So it was some work, and I'll continue to work on it. I'm sure as I build other buildings, I'll learn little tricks and I'll come back and change this, but really proud of how this turned out. I really like it. But this is a warehouse, and it'll be kind of a side gate into the town eventually. But it'll be kind of the farming gate. So all my farming stuff will be out in this area. Farming as far as food. So you see the wheat, and we got potatoes and carrots over there. We got, you know, the berries. So I'll go over some other plans later, but I want to show you the inside of this. I am going to change this floor out. All that stone just all flows together and it doesn't look right. We put a little enchanting area in here. We've got, you know, the normal furnaces. We've got crafting bench. As we go up here, you know, because my enchanting area is downstairs, we got some books up here we haven't used yet. I'm going to get levels built up to do that. But the whole theme of this was to have a warehouse that looks very unorganized, but is organized. And this is. So this room here is kind of my nether area. So things you find in the nether. So quartz block, quartz, regular quartz. We got blackstone in this chest. You know, we got whatever this stuff's called, basalt. We got, you know, netherrack over here. So not all these are full yet. We got nether wart right here. You know, so that's how this kind of goes. And you'll find that we got light stuff in here. So there's torches, glowstone, you know, glowstone, so on and so forth. So that's kind of the theme here. And I really like how this turned out. And then as we go and we get more materials, we'll put more barrels and chests in here, and it'll kind of fill up over the season, which I think will be a nice little change as we go. This is ores up here. Oh, by the way, before I get too much further, I got to thank, about 2 days ago, this whole warehouse was just a bunch of empty barrels, basically. And I had about 10 double chests full of stuff just thrown together, not organized at all. Looked horrible. It was hard to find stuff. Sammy Terry 241, who's here on the server, she has the anti-chest monster shop. Paid her to come over here. She spent a couple hours reorganizing all this and setting it up the way it is. Did a fantastic job. So if you're on the server and you need some stuff organized, or you've got a chest monster going, highly recommend her services. She did a really good job. And it all makes sense. I mean, she just showed it to me once, and I've really been able to find stuff pretty easy. Like I say, all the ores, iron blocks, iron nuggets, whatever you want. I actually need to put this away. Let's go ahead and do that while I'm standing here. But yeah, all the ores over here. You've got, this is kind of miscellaneous. You've got, you know, wools, dyes. This is mob drops right here. So we'll throw these in. This is kind of extra weapons and armor. So you see all the weapons and tools in here. We got armor there. We got armor there. I love what she did with the armor stands. I think that's so cool. I would have never thought of that. This is kind of your, you know, barrels, chests, anvil, all that kind of thing. I don't think there's a lot over here, so we still got plenty of room for expansion. And then down here you've got kind of your building materials, your dirt, grass, all this, you know, stones. Got quite a bit of stone so far from all the mining. Then this is like your slabs and stairs. So really good job. Like I say, she did a really nice job organizing all this. This is better than I would have done. I have a feeling I'm going to have to call her out here 2 or 3 times during the season to help me get organized again. Again, don't like this floor, and I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this room. I really don't know yet, but it's here. We built a little retaining wall. I kind of like that idea out of the dark oak trapdoors. So really like that. Got the wheat blocks going here. Little lean-to, so just for, you know, kind of bulk goods storage a little bit that doesn't need to go inside. This path took me a long time, but I'm pretty proud of how it looks. And the plan here is, it'll be kind of mottled and dirty and broken. And then as we get into this town, that's where the merchants are going to be and all that. So it'll be, a lot more stone and a lot more uniform in here and look more like a polished street. But out here, they've kind of thrown it together. They want it to be a road, but it's kind of broken and, ill-maintained in places. We did throw, some carpet on there and hid some blocks just so this would be a little less spawnable. We've got the street lights right here, or the street lamps, which I think turned out really well. Need to finish it a little bit. It needs a little work over here. I kind of tried to touch this up last night. I didn't have a lot of time to play, but got this pretty much where I want it. I might replace some of this and put some wood in instead, just so it's not so much brick or so much, stone materials there. But like I said, I'll continue to kind of play with this, but this took me a long time. I don't do heavy terraforming, so this was something else. Then we got our dirt path up to our house here. And there's not really a whole lot in the house. I'll put an interior in here at some point, but right now we just got the fireplace. The idea here was to have like a thatched roof look. Didn't quite get there. I don't know if I'll leave this roof or if I'll change it out for something else later. It's a little white and washed out. It looks like it belongs on a beach, not in the middle of a mountain. But this one turned out a lot better. We used the jungle and the oak logs. We got a little path, a little path that goes up. Again, I need to do a little bit more with this path probably. But kind of the same general setup a little bit. This one's got a porch. The fireplace is on the side rather than in the middle. So a little bit different. And we'll put some interiors in here. And then, we got your farms out here. We got the carrots. We got and it's going to get dark on us. Hopefully it doesn't start raining. But carrots, wheat, potatoes. If we get some beetroot, which I don't have, I'll put in a beetroot farm. And then I want to put at least one more house up there. I was kind of playing with placement and size and that last night. I think I'll put one more house and we'll put one more path that kind of flows up to here, to this house. So that might be what we do here a little later in the episode, is build this house. But yeah, we got all that. And then like I say, if we get some more crops, we'll put them out here. Up here, the plan is, if you haven't guessed, I'm going to steal a little bit from Joe Hills on Hermitcraft. We're going to make a winery. It won't be just like his. If you laid out kind of one part of it, I found a picture on the internet that I really liked as a starting point. And then I think what I'm going to do is we'll leave the hill here and we'll kind of wrap the winery around. So one of the first things you'll see as you come up this side will be this big winery here, and then the rest of the farms and stuff. So that's kind of this area that we've built so far and kind of the plans for it. I don't want to reveal, and then, the main town will be in there, but I don't want to reveal a whole lot, but I've got a lot of fun ideas that we can play with throughout the season as things get built. But there's plenty of work to do, probably more than I need. Oh, one other thing I know I want to do out here somewhere, and I might do it back in there, is like a logging area. So we'll plant some more trees and make like a wood cutter. And then, yeah, this looks pretty cool at night. I've lit it up pretty well. I need some light like back in here. But I really like how it's turning out. And then my plan here is, we got the carrot farm here. I want to dig a hole underground here and put like an auto carrot farm underneath. So we'll have a full supply of carrots whenever we need them. I will set up villager trading at some point. I don't quite know how I'm going to do it yet. I have an idea, but we'll see how well it works. And then the same back here, back behind the houses in this area, I want to put our pumpkin and melon farms. So they'll all kind of share the pumpkin and melons. And then, again, we'll put an automatic farm underground to farm those. You can kind of see all the water from up here. So it kind of goes, we got this little depression area. I'm not sure what I'll do with that yet. We got water all around. I'm under a tree. All around, we've got some area back there we can play with, but then it goes back into the mountains we saw earlier. So plenty of opportunity to do stuff like a harbor or something like that. But that's what we have so far. And like I say, I don't usually do a lot of above ground building or any. I don't do heavy terraforming. So, but I've watched enough of it. It must have sunk in a little bit because I'm really happy with how this turned out. And like I said, this looks a little flat. It needs some depth. I just haven't quite figured out how to get it. But with that, I think we're going to try and do a little building. This would be a really short episode if I just showed this off. So I think we're going to finish this farmhouse and then we'll see what else we get to. So I will be back. Alrighty, we're back and it's almost daytime. So, oh, I had blocks disappear. That's not good. I need those blocks. Give them back. Give them back. Come on. There you go. There's a lot of people on the server, so you get some little issues with block lag and ghost blocks and things like that. Little annoying, but not too bad. So the way I've been doing this, and you guys can all light the comments up with how I'm doing it wrong and you know, better ways to do it and all that. I want it to be 6. We're not going to put it right. We'll build this up when I'm done. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't want it to be 6. These are 6, right? Yep. I want it to be 6 by 10. I didn't bring enough cobblestone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's all right. We'll let it hang off the edge a little bit. But yeah. So I know I want it to be 6 by 10, and I'm not going to have enough blocks. I'll be right back. Okay, we got blocks now. So we were at 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so then we'll fill the front end. We're gonna leave. Let's put 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll put the door kind of in the middle on this one just to change things up. I don't know if I'm gonna put a porch or not. I don't have a lot of room for the path, so we may have the path kind of curl up right to the front door. I don't think I'm gonna put a thing on it. But the way I've been doing this, and I need to leave the corners out because I've been putting wood in them, and I'm going to continue to do that. So let's just knock those out so I don't forget. And you guys can tell me I'm doing this all wrong. I know there are better builders out there. I know there are probably a lot of better builders out there, and there's probably better ways to do this and easier ways to do this and quicker ways to do this. That's fine. I don't always go for the quickest way. I go for the way that feels right to me. So whatever works for me is what I'm going to do. And so what I usually do is I'll go through here and I'll just build this all out of cobblestone. It'll be a mix of stones eventually, but just to get the basic shape and the basic structure, usually I'll just go through and lay one material. And I know I want cobblestone to kind of be one of the main blocks. So we'll use cobblestone. You do notice... I brought more. You thought I ran out again, didn't you? You do notice that, yeah, I don't have feather falling. I really need to get that. Of course, I'm not wearing boots right now. You did notice I left one window. Each house I've been leaving a window. So on there, I left it on kind of the other side. On the other one, there's one on the end. And this one will be right here. But so we do that. So we lay out the basic shape. So we've got that. Like I said, we'll go back and put our wood in the corners. And then... to make the walls, nope, I don't want to put a roof on. To make the walls, I'll just kind of go through and knock some sections out, like so. Let's do this from the inside so I don't have to walk over a cliff. Just kind of randomized blocks. Like so. Not really any rhyme or reason. I try not to put like too many blocks together. I want to break it up a little bit. Alright, so just, yeah, we'll do the door frame. So just like that. Now the key is to remember where you put stuff. But then I'll just pick another block, like let's say andesite in this case, and I'll just kind of go through and just kind of randomize these around. Whoops, not there. That's not a hole. Like so. Just kind of, like I say, just kind of random wherever I feel like putting them. Then we'll pick another block. Let's do gravel, since I've already got that in my inventory. We'll throw one of those there. One there. I don't like to use a ton of gravel in solid builds. But I'll use a little bit of it. Put one up here, too. Like that. Of course, with gravel, you have to have a block under. So you got to be a little bit careful where you put it. We'll throw some stone bricks in here. Where was that corner? We'll throw a couple of these in the corner. Like so. Usually when I do stone bricks, I like to keep them somewhat together. Just because, you know, stone bricks is probably what something was made out of. So that's enough of those. And then we'll kind of go back and fill the rest in with regular stone here. I don't like that. That's too much close together. Let's throw another piece of andesite in there. Yeah, and you just kind of, as you go along, you know, you just vary your blocks, do whatever kind of feels right. You know, and then sometimes you got to put more of something or less of something. And then you just kind of take a look, and if something looks a little heavy, like that looks a little heavy to me, so we're going to put that and that there, like so. That doesn't look too bad. I want a little bit of something right there, and I think we're going to put some bricks there. So we can use kind of one color palette, but the different textures, you know, break it up. And because these are farmhouses, I don't want them to look too opulent. I could make them all out of one wood and make them look really good, but these are supposed to be poor farmers, right? I mean, they're not supposed to be making a ton of money just growing vegetables, basically. So put that right there. So I don't want it, I want it to look more like their houses were a little bit of a patchwork. I don't want it to look like they, you know, had a lot of, oh, I shouldn't have put these there. I don't want it to look like their house had a lot of planning, or, you know, like they had all the money in the world to do exactly what they wanted. Like I say, I want it to look a little more like their house was thrown together with what materials they had. So that's why I do it this way. And you can see I did the others that way. This one, oh, I need some, I don't have any mossy cobblestone. I'll have to throw some in later when I have some. That's what the vines were for. So yeah, just kind of go through like that and do whatever feels right. And then we'll put a roof on it. So I'm going to go get some materials for a roof, and we'll be right back. That ain't good. Okay, so we're back. We've got some materials. This was looking very gray, and it is. And it will. One thing I did forget, I went back and put in a fireplace because I hadn't done that yet. I'll have to build a couple more layers on it. We'll get the fire in a little bit, but I did that on the other two. This one I kind of put offset to the right. The other one was offset to the left and then to the end. So we're trying to make these all a little bit different. But we'll go ahead and put these corner posts in, and we're going to use the regular oak for this. I think that works. I'm trying to avoid spruce and dark oak for these because I feel like those are more... what's the term vintage beef uses? Opulent, which I think is a really cool term. So I'm kind of trying to save those for some of the more merchant or, you know, royal type buildings. They would have the more opulent stuff. So I'll save that for them. But let's see, we're only going to be up one level here. So we need to put one level here of the chimney. So let's get that done real quick. I don't need this hoe either. So let's just get some blocks and kind of spam them in here. What else do I want? Cobble. The other thing you got to be careful of is not to vary... Whoops. Now I got to get back up there. Is not to vary your blocks so much that you end up making a checkerboard. I did that a couple times when I was doing this first time. And that's really not what you want. Now, for the top of these, what I've been doing is putting stairs. Not that way. Like so. Not that way. I was better at this the last time I did it. Okay, like that. And then I don't have any other stairs right now, so we're just going to put cobblestone stairs, and if it's too much, we'll come back and adjust them. But they'll all connect together, which is pretty cool. And I placed this one wrong. And it fell, so we're not going to chase it. There we go. All right, so now now the chimney just looks, you know, a little, makes a little more sense, right? It doesn't look quite so big and bulky as it did before. So we do that little trick. So now we're going to put a roof on, and this will probably be, so we'll put the roof on. This shouldn't take too terribly long. Put that there. Put this over here. So we're just going to place the roof down. Oh, put this at the wrong level. Oh no, I could have put that one there. That was fine. That one does go there. And then we got one here, and we need to put one off here and one off there. Okay. So then we build this up like so. And then we'll start on the other side so we don't screw up. We're going to do, this will be my third different roof. So we did the birch roof, we did the jungle roof, and now we're doing the oak roof. Which oak's probably usually the most common material, although spruce and jungle are a whole lot easier to get if you can find them. I've been lucky enough that in the area we are, we have a lot of different trees. You know, there's a birch forest over that way. Of course, we got spruce in the mountains. We got dark oak over there. You know, you can find oak just about anywhere if you look for it. And when you have a, 13,000 block trip to get to where you're going, you're going to run into a few oak trees once in a while. That there, one more slab. Oh, you know what I forgot? So when I come back, we're going to put, we put stairs on this last level, because if you put flat, you're going to end up with a too wide flat area and it just doesn't look right. But if you put stairs, it gives a nice little transition. So I've been using stairs on the very top layer. That works when if you do an odd numbered build, which for some reason is, that's what you're supposed to do. I've never really believed in that theory, but yeah, we'll put some blocks up there. If like I say, if you do the one wide at the end, then you've just got the one layer and it doesn't look too bad. But when you have a two wide layer, I don't know, it looks a little goofy. So we'll try and avoid doing that. Take our little stairs out, even though we're going to need to get back up there. And then when we're done, we'll do some quick finishing, and then we'll finish the roof later. So the door, if you don't know this little trick, if you place the door this way, when it's closed, the system reads it as open, and so zombies won't try and bust. They can't go in here, but they won't try and break your door down. Supposedly that's the way that works. Some shutters, like so. Little details, and that'll be pretty much it. Like I said, we'll build a path up here. We'll come back and put, a couple lamps under the porch here. We'll build our path, and we'll finish our roof. But other than that, that's all it is to these farmhouses. And why is there a hole in my farmhouse? There's a hole. We will fix that real quick too. There we go. Hopefully I didn't think. Anyway, I'll check around and make sure I didn't leave any more holes. We'll replace that dirt with a foundation since you can see it. But we'll do all that off camera. Thanks for checking it out. We will get more interesting. We got a lot of work. Probably next I need to do another portal. We need to finish up the farms up here so we can start working on some stuff in the town. And I think here for real soon, we're going to do our first auto farm. So tune in next time for that. And with that, Rogue Torso out.